difficulty curve. Gotta fight the asylum demon before I fight skeletons.
Right.
Uh,
So, thanks, David.
Maybe that's useful too. Uh,
It is. It definitely, when you don't ease into something, when you're like thrown in,
yeah.
you kind of, you you swim or you don't die, I guess.
uh, no, I agree with that. Are you? There's a question that I've been wanting to ask you personally, since we've been doing the environment work. Do you prefer? Have you gotten to preferring the environment work over the character concepting work because it's new to you?
Yeah, to a degree. Um, like I look forward. I don't know if I prefer one over the other right now, but I definitely look forward to the environment work as much as doing like character concepts and whatnot. It really it really offers something that is new is new to my brain as far as like trying to understand how to solve the problem, uh, which is really cool. It's environment's kind of been one of those things that uh, are really blown away by people who can do it well. Uh, but it's like, oh, I'll just let that's really cool, but we'll just let them be really good at it, and I'll just be really good at something else. But
Being forced to do it.
yeah, when I'm forced to do it, it's you start learning why they're so good at it. It's because they just did it and learn learn how to like they looked at it. Like when you're looking at something that's finished, it's like it's hard to really say, oh, I can do that. But whenever you're tackling it as like a series of small problems, you really start to uncover how they tackled such a big thing. It's like they have techniques that they've learned and they're doing them, and they're totally anybody can really do them.
So, were you watching tutorials to figure out process, or do you mostly come into it by like utilizing techniques you'd already developed and sort of looking for how they applied to the environment work?
When I do things that are when I do like environment stuff that's organic in its shape, like rocks or whatnot, I can kind of pull from stuff that I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but whenever it when you get a lot more perspective, a lot more clear like shapes and angles and whatnot, it's something that I definitely had to go and watch some tutorials and figure out how they solve these problems because my brain doesn't ever think in straight lines.
Is
But
this what you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's tons of free like education out there though. So it like all like as far as it's like whenever like the people that I see or that are like my heroes or whatnot that I admire, they like there's a really good chance that they also have cheap or free like tutorials about how they do it. It's like it's right now we're in a place where all this stuff is just like open, and if you want to learn it, you can just learn it. You don't have to even really go to school for it. It's actually if you live in America, it's probably a bad idea.
To go to school for it, yeah, because you pay so much.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so the tutorials are out there, and it's really it's I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't go and check them out.
Yeah. Did you think that this was going to be what the job was when you joined on? Do you think you'd ever be working on something like Valley?
I figured that I would just really be doing the concepts, like the concept art for humans and creatures. Really, I didn't think uh, like you guys would want me doing the other stuff because I didn't have a whole lot of experience in it. I figured You know, it's like, oh, there'll be somebody else. There'll be somebody else doing that.
How how many hours into working on environments was it before you realized there wasn't going to be someone else?
Um, you guys, I was eased into it. So it
Okay.
before, I was I was well into doing stuff before I realized there was nobody else.
Okay. Yeah. That's one of the fun parts too, is like you kind of always think, oh, someone else on another team will handle like UI.
Yeah, and it's like you make those you think about those things, and it like helps you cope through it.
You get to it and you're like,
That was hard.
mm,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. It's much better to think that you're gonna get help, and then at the end you look back and be like, well, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. It's the Cody Lambert technique. Need to think
Yeah,
about that next time I'm using it.
yeah,
It's the you go on a run and you don't know which way you're going, but you accidentally run 5 miles in one direction. Now you have to run home.
yeah. It's just like it's lying to yourself.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just gonna go get the mail, and then as you're running, you're just like, oh, you did it again.
Oh shit! I left my family.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that. That's awkward.
yeah. It's not my fault.
I was just going to get the mail, and scatterbrained me.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. Well, I for one am very excited. I think I think what's gonna get me like invested in August's work is having this game jam produce something where we're moving through a map, and then we'll be able to once we get through that part into August, we'll be able to look at the E zones and like character dialogue. What I'm realizing now is the immensity of the UI like problem that needs to be worked through, because there's so many things that you have to signify for players,
hmm
like ways in which we would like to present the demo so that we have our best foot forward. We have to choose text that shows up well. We have to pick the correct font for things, like the way in which letters appear to the player and like scroll and kind of like bleep through. I have no idea how all of that works. I'm assuming that Christian knows some things, but he's going to be incredibly busy. So
yeah.
it's going to be like a problem we tackle, David and I tackle maybe.
It's yeah, it's something that you never thought about until
Yeah,
it's missing, and you're like, whoa,
yeah.
you know?
Because when you play Fire Emblem, it's like, oh, it's so simple. It's just text scrolling across your screen with some boops.
Yeah, and it looks like the simplest decision that was made. Like the text is not super fancy. The bloops are just
Someone put bloops there.
yeah,
Yeah, and then you're
but
trying to do it, and you're like, how, where, what are the resources?
yeah,
Who does this thing, and where do I find them so that I can harass them into teaching me? Uh, so that's gonna be an interesting part of it, and then I don't know if you've checked out the combat build at all, but it's coming along really quickly now. Uh,
I'll jump into some of Christian's streams, and it's fun to watch.
yeah,
Uh, I think with that combat build, and then like once we get exploration
hmm
of some degree into the demo,
the
it'll
nodes.
yeah, it's really gonna start feeling like a game.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like when with these. I think the game jams like the 24-hour stuff will or the 12-hour stuff will help because it'll mean that we have like more directed tasks. But I'm trying to figure out what our schedule looks like, because we need like at least a month to, and we won't have it, but we need it to smooth out all of the systems and polish things. and make sure that bugs aren't happening
Yeah.
frequently, and like all the systems that we just spent the last month implementing are working fine. Because no amount of testers is going to fix those bugs for you. That's like a dedicated manhunt for bugs when you're playing through your content.
Yeah, we don't have that army.
No, we've got it's like a small army on Twitch. I have a whole bunch of friends who say they'll play, and that's cool too. But like, that's going to take a while, and once you get that feedback, running with it, and then realizing that you didn't fix all the problems the first time. So if
Yeah.
that's October for us, or if we're thinking about kickstarting in October at some point, midway through maybe, then what does September look like? And then you realize that August is next month. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a rough next couple months.
Yeah, it's some exciting, scary stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna be crunching, doing all sorts of crunches. I might have to start practicing my crunches now so that I'm ready and have the six pack for the real stuff.
Six packs help with bugs.
Yes. Yeah. Um. Well, this looks really cool now. You just kind of got into playing with it.
Yeah, if I stopped caring about actually my brain, I kind of do that auto mode thing, and sometimes that comes.
Auto Cody
Yeah,
map.
sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it works out. It's a little crazy there. Yeah, that's where the princess is.
Yeah. Because why wouldn't we put her in that one?
Right. It's starting to look like a whole castle instead of just a tower.
If you wanted to, Cody, you could probably do a badass webcomic. Now that you've been forced to work through all of this shit, like you would probably have no problem just sitting down and doing, you know, I don't know how many hours it would take you, but I assume not a tremendous amount.
Man, it's if it was my thing, I would obsess over it so much that it would just take forever. Um,
But look at it though. Look at what you just made in not even like 20 minutes. And that's like you just throw in the background into that and that's a panel.
yeah, but it's like, what about all like the story and the
No,
character
shut up.
development?
Shut up, Cody.
It's gonna have a webcomic about it, like
Yeah,
a
just
lonely.
things.
Yeah,
You don't have
like
to have dialogue. Dialogue's not important. That's the thing, like I wish someone who was me had told me the second I decided I started wanting to make this game to like stop and simplify it. Go back, stop,
yeah,
do less. It's a platformer now.
yeah. It's Tetris now.
It's Tetris. You're doing Tetris because like I, it's really simple to create ideas and just keep rolling with them.
Hmm.
It's less simple to go in and be really critical of your ideas and be like, we don't need this. I was
Yeah,
thinking about that actually when we were what was it recently that triggered that for me? Oh, right. When I first thought that we were going to do individual storylines for all of the classes,
yeah,
I was like, hey, David, this is going to be no problem. You know, there's just like a little bit of diversity between each of them. Like telling their storylines, there'll only be about 5 hours each. That's not a ton of content. There'll be a couple shared places for class. Like, what? Yeah, I mean, of course you don't know, but
yeah,
yeah, you fundamentally tend to underrate the difficulty of things you don't understand.
yeah. It's like, where were those guys that were supposed to say, "Hey, man, don't do an RPG for your first game.
Yeah, I
That's
think
really hard."
I think I watched an extra credits episode on that. Just
And you were just like,
gave it no
"Oh
mind.
no."
It's like that's bullshit. That doesn't apply to me.
Yeah,
I just need to get a team of hardworking dude men guys together.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Simple humans.
whistle while we work our way through this project.
Right.
Although that said, for the amount of work that we've gotten through so far, pretty proud of it.
We've done some work.
Um, Now it just needs to be playable work, and I can be I can sit down and like relax for 2 seconds. Then then
Maybe
we'll.
maybe a second and a half.
Yeah, no, you're right. I shouldn't be so generous. Uh, yeah. Well, Cody, we are, and it's up to you whenever you want to end it. We are at 9:10. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
um,
I should probably get ready to. I gotta pack. Do
I
some packing.
understand. You packaroo, and good luck. I will see you on Monday. Enjoy your
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh, one before I go.
Yeah,
Do you want you want this image on the drive?
I would like that image on the drive. I'd also like the untitled image that you've been working on the drive.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want them at actual size, like this right here?
yeah, yeah. Actual size would be good. Like the full image. Oh, you
Okay.
mean like actual size? Yeah. No, the full size image would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
I'll make sure to get that stuff on there.
okay, perfect. And I'll I'll talk to you on Monday.
All right. Thanks.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in for the stream and hanging out and everything beautiful about you inspires us to continue. In
Look
fact,
forward.
yeah, I would write a song about it, but that's for another stream.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the webcomic about the building.
Yeah, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Is the rest of my structure out there somewhere?
Yeah.
Where'd my
Haha, guys.
background go?
Always not talking.
You dicks. You non-anthropomorphized buildings. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This will be Ouroboros Studios signing out.